Bobby, tell me a little bit about your mother.
My mother was a waitress, and she didn't make very much money in tips doing that. She found out that if she worked in a gentleman's club and danced on the pole wearing a bikini, that she made enough money to support 3 boys, because my father ended up going to prison for robbing houses. So he's got on heroin also.
So you said your mother was a go-go dancer?
Yes, because she was on heroin.
And tell me a little bit more about her.
Well, she was a wonderful lady, but the devil got a hold of it, took a hold of her. And it really made me, I had to support my brothers myself, because all my mother's money was going up her arm. Back in 1970, I was 11, a young baby. I had to take a job washing dishes at the Giovanni's restaurant to support my family. We lived in a government housing, so the rent there was next to nothing, but it was a beautiful mansion, a HUD house.
You were very young to take on such a responsibility.
I had my 2 brothers I had to support.
And your father, was he in the picture?
He was in the penitentiary. I had to go see him in the penitentiary.
What do you remember about him?
That he was an outlaw, and he was a raged animal when he got drunk on that dope and drinking, and ended up robbing houses, and the police shot him. And that's what I remember. He got shot because he was robbing somebody's house to support his habits.
So he was robbing someone's house and he got shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you still in touch with your parents? Are they still alive?
They're deceased. They're my guardian angels.
Oh, they passed away?
They're my guardian angels. I was in jail when my daddy died because I was under the influence then. I haven't been in jail in over 6 years because I don't drink and drug no more. That's not an alternative to me. I learned through my mom and dad's mistakes. They changed their life around. They had a business dealing sterling silver plate where they bought gold bars, and my daddy became a millionaire.
So even though they had a rough start, they turned their life around?
God blessed them. God gave them a blessing. And at the time, I thought, well, it's time for me to go leave Middletown and move to Galveston, Texas, so I could be my mom and dad. But I had a prescription habit, and I thought they was my pills. I could take them. I abused them. I OD'd in Galveston 6 times on my own medication. It was prescribed to me through the doctor.
But look,
About ready to get out of here?
but look, you're still here.
She's gonna give me a ride over there.
She is? Okay, good.
But you're still here, right?
God has saved me.
Right.
He has transformed me. I'm not that animal that used to run to the bar. I got a bar across the street that makes its own alcohol. I know if I take 1 sip of the alcohol, I'm a goner.
You said
I turn into another person. The devil has his hold on
you said your mother also turned her life around, right? Both your parents.
me. God blessed them with a gold and silver business. They sponsored antique shows throughout Texas and throughout New Mexico, Area 51. I've been there because of the antiquing, and it was a really, really good blessing. Because my dad's habit, he didn't shoot drugs in his arms no more. He counted money. that was his hobby. He loved counting money, and they had a vault in my garage, or their garage, because I lived with my parents for 15 years. Me and my wife lived down there for 15 years.
Now, what is your fondest memory as a child?
My dad knocking on the window. I was 6 years old. He had a Santa Claus suit on, and the hat was sticking. The hat was sticking up in the air. The Santa hat. He knocked on my window, and I flipped out. It's Santa Claus! I got a train. My dad was rich. He robbed houses. he wasn't hurt for money. He was a thief. He went to prison for that. That transformed his life because he changed his life around through spending 25 years in the penitentiary.
That's a long time.
Over half his life.
Yeah. You said they're both gone down.
Yeah, I love my mom and daddy. I know they're my guardian angels, and they're here with me right now.
So that is one of your fondest memories?
I know that their spirit is here with me through God. I know they're in heaven with God because they went to church every week. My dad was really a devoted Christian. He's really quiet. He transformed from Tasmanian devil to a quiet old guy, and he just loved to make money as a hobby, and he made it kill him.
How old were they when they passed away?
Dad was 73.
And your mother?
She was about 75.
Now, what is the fondest thing you remember about your mother?
Well, they left me a lot of money, and I was under the influence of drugs at the time. I knew I'd kill myself with all that money. So I gave my money to my nephews so they could continue their education and make something out of their life.
So you blessed them?
God blessed them through me. He used me as an instrument.
That's good. You were a very good person to do that.
Well, I live on $950 a month. I pay my rent. That's because I don't use drugs. So I know if I use drugs, I'm gonna be out here homeless living in a Armco steel mill.
Now,
wherever.
you're not homeless. You have a place of your own, but you like hanging out with your homeless friends, right?
I'm trying to be an example for them.
Okay.
I've lived on the streets for 20 years myself. That was because I was under the influence of drugs and alcohol.
So you know what it's like being homeless, right?
Yeah, I feel for them.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be an example.
You know, the thing I like about you is every time I see you, you always have a big smile for me.
I love you, sister.
Oh, and you know I love you, but you know God loves you even more. He's been looking after you all of these years, right?
My family's up there in heaven now, and they're my guardian angels too. God uses them as an instrument to watch over me and to protect me.
Now, do you have any siblings?
No.
So you're an only child?
My brother passed away of a massive heart attack in Canton, Texas, 2 years ago. He was 55 years old, and he played an instrument called the guitar, and he really liked to entertain people.
Oh.
And he was a real good guitarist. He was a good competition for Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Bobby, you're a good person. I like you.
God has blessed me. If I take one drink of that brown liquor over there, Bobby turns into the Tasmanian devil.
Oh, that's not good.
I want to fight, and I want to pick fights, and I turn into an asshole.
Oh, well, I'm glad I don't know that person. The person that I know has always been very kind and polite. And you even offered to help me when I have heavy things to bring into the building. Even though you walk with a cane, you always say to me, I'll help you bring your things in.
God, I was a Boy Scout. Believe it or not, but I was a Boy Scout. I learned all that through going to, my scoutmaster went to church down the street from me. We met at our elementary school every Friday night, and I was a Boy Scout. And being a Boy Scout, we collected papers. We had a paper drive. We bought a bus. We bought tents. And we went to Niagara Falls through. God blessed us with that.
Oh,
As a child. I didn't tell you that story about me.
Oh, okay.
I was a Boy Scout, believe it or not.
You told me, you know, I have a very interesting life, and you wanted to talk a little bit about it. And I'm so thankful that you were willing to share some of it. especially the part about your mother, that you said she started off with a rough life, but she ended up giving her life to Christ, right?
And he taught her how to deal in silvers, gold, and diamonds.
Yeah. And now I'm getting ready to take you back home, right?
Yeah. What would you tell me put over
Yeah, I put your stuff in my van.
I'm sorry. I got real sentimental about all that stuff.
Oh, that's all
But
right.
I love my mother and father. And I know they're here with me in spirit. And I got to set an example for everyone that is not blessed with angels like I have.
They're with you in spirit, right?
Right.
Not just
I
be.
guess you might pull over to get me.
You want me to bring my car closer?
Yeah, over here.
Okay, sweetie, I'll do that. So you don't have to walk as much.
They'll help me in the van. My friends will help me in the van. They look at.
And there's my van.
Hey, JD.